Shalom. Let's start by giving all praises and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, salutations to the Akim, pushing the word, sincerity, and truth throughout the four corners. Alright, my name is Aratazah from GMS Atlanta. And Spirit got me to do this real quick lesson on the subject matter of helping brothers in need, helping brothers in jams, and just being a brother. You know what I'm saying? Helping brothers out. You know, because ever so often, you know, we got this spirit that pops up where, oh, why we gotta send ties, you know, why we gotta do this, why we gotta do that. Like, be a brother. You know what I'm saying? Be a brother and give what you have, man. You know, which should be a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised, right? So, real quick lesson. I'm gonna start off with Galatians 6 and 2. It says, "Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Mashiach," all right, or Christ. So, you know, that's part of what we have to do as prophets, men of the Lord, you know, as the Lord's men. We have to bear one another's burdens, right? We have to, whatever that brother's going through, we have to take it on and have somewhat compassion for the brother and help him out. You know what I'm saying? Ease the burden. Don't make it harder for brothers, because you wouldn't want that done to you. You know, you wouldn't want your situation made worse or harder because brothers didn't want to help you out or whatever. So, you know, that's a key point, man. It says, "Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Mashiach," right? And if you haven't already, you're gonna go through that. You're gonna go through that test. You know, you're gonna be put to that test where you're gonna have to help a particular brother out or brothers out, and it might make you feel uncomfortable at first. You know, damn, man, I'm doing all this driving, or damn, man, I feel like I'm kicking out a lot of money, man. You know, that's a test. You know, I was put through that test. You know, other brothers was put through that test. I think just about every brother goes through that test, man. To really see if you're a true friend and a true brother. You know, if you come into the truth, man, Most High he's gonna test you. He's gonna put certain situations in front of you and see what you're gonna do. See if you're gonna respond according to the scriptures, man. All right. So that was Galatians. I'm gonna jump to Deuteronomy, the 15th chapter. Deuteronomy 15 and 7. It says, "If there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren within any of thy gates in thy land, which the Lord thy power giveth thee, thou shalt not harden thy heart, nor shut thine hand from thy poor brother." Because you got men that'll give, you know, they won't have a problem giving, but they give like in the wrong spirit, like, alright, man, take it, you know, like, nah, man, you know, you should be glad to give. You should be glad to help brothers out that's in need, man. And don't give with a hardened heart. Alright? It goes on to say, verse 8, "But thou shalt open thy hand wide unto him, and thou shalt surely lend him sufficient for his need, in that which he wanted." So that don't mean you give him everything, you know, everything you got in your pocket, because now you're gonna be finished. You give according to what he needs, but according to your whatever you can give. Right? It tells you that in the apocrypha. Help thy neighbor according to thy ability. So, you know, you give accordingly, man. Be wise. Alright? It says, verse 9, "Beware that there be not a thought in thy wicked heart, saying, the 7th year, the year of release, is at hand, and thy eye shall be evil against thy poor brother, and thou givest him naught. And he cry unto the Lord against thee, and it be a sin unto thee. Thou shalt surely give him. It says, thou shalt surely give him, in thine heart shall not be grieved when thou givest unto him. Just like I said, man, when you give, you shouldn't have a grievous spirit. You know, like you really don't want to do it, or that's off, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have compassion. Going back to Galatians, you gotta bear one another's burdens, man. Have compassion and have sympathy for men and the nation, right, amongst the circle. Okay. It says, because that for this thing the Lord thy power shall bless thee in all thy works, in all that thou puttest thy hand to do. So when you give unto men, that's an honorable and a charitable and righteous thing, man. The Most High sees that, and the Most High gonna bless you. You know, I'm a witness myself, man. When you give the men, you help men out in jams. You know, give according to what you have. The Most High will give it right back, if not more. Right? It says, verse 11, for the poor shall never cease out of the land. Therefore I command thee, saying, thou shalt open thy hand wide unto thy brother, to thy poor, and to thy needy in thy land. So that's plain as day, man. So that's the law. Just a lot of men boast about the law, the law, the law. Well, this is in the law, man. That you're supposed to have compassion and give according to what that brother needs and according to what you have to give. Right? So that's all I wanted to bring out, man. So hopefully brothers been edified. It's just a quick point just to put out there. Keep that going. And until next time, say shalom.